wine pirate. Arr! Welcome everybody to the liquor store warehouse tasting. I had to think about it a little bit. Pirates have to think. Arr! So I'm Stefan from the liquor store of Jackson Hole. This cap here is from an Austrian wine. We're going to be tasting some Austrian-based wines today. We have some new guests. We have Kevin McNamara. Say hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Oh, awesome.
Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Very good. We have Jessa Talermo.
Hello.
And Riley the Banana. So it's honor to have Riley the Banana here. He's a little quiet, so you might not hear anything from him. We are being sponsored today by Peach State Lawyer, my friend Scott Smith in Atlanta. Eat, sleep, and acquit. So if you ever need some help in Atlanta, Georgia, you can go get some help from Scott Smith. And so there we go. And so Kevin, you picked out several different wines for us today. Grüner Veltliners. Tell us about these wines a little bit.
All right, sure. So Grüner Veltliners is an Austrian variety. For those of you out there that have never heard of it before, it is indigenous to Austria. It has lineage that's been traced back thousands and thousands of years. It's grown mainly in Austria and also in the Czech Republic. Shout outs to my mom. She's from the Czech Republic, or her family is from there. And then you find it in the New World too, mainly in cool climate areas like Oregon. Like our Chehalem down here comes from Oregon. So it's a white variety that has great fruit flavors and a nice spicy note, and it's sort of known to be this great food-friendly white wine. That for me, I picked it out because fall is readily approaching here in Jackson, and it's just a nice wine that you could sit out on the back deck and enjoy the last warmth of the summertime, but still have a nice meal and kind of bring in the fall.
Spicy, baby.
Yeah.
Check.
All right, so we started down there with Chehalem, which is a winery that Stefan and I visited back in May. We have a good buddy there, John Foster. Shout outs to John. He hooked us up.
John Foster.
Like
Shout.
And my buddy Tom Sikta that works there too. Shout outs to him as well.
Tom.
So this comes from their Ridgecrest Vineyard, which is in the Ribbon Ridge area of Oregon, which is a really special site. It's a mountain hillside site, 2.2 hectares, real small. 2.2 acres. It's very small, and they have a small parcel there of Grüner, and this is a really nice Oregon wine.
Excellent. I think it's drinking quite well today. It has a beautiful nose. What do you think, Jessa?
I think it smells incredible and tastes even better.
Better than incredible. That means you need 6 or more at your home in the refrigerator for dinner tonight for this beautiful fall day. If you haven't seen Jackson Hole, Wyoming in the fall, you are missing out because the colors are coming out of it in the canyon right now, and the elk are beginning to bugle and do a little bit of migration. I like the minerality of this. It's not too much, but just a nice little bit on the palate there.
Yeah, for sure. You pick up like a white pepper note off of there.
Really soft and floral too.
Totally. Yeah, it's just a fun, different wine. You know, if you're looking for something to get you going on some fall white wine drinking, this is a great choice.
Awesome. Thanks for thinking of this one. And yes, Chehalem over there in Oregon, some awesome folks. We have several different varietals from Chehalem at the liquor store. You can find it there.
Including some canned wines. You can check out the
Canned
stuff.
And we're not talking about canned heads. Canned head, or like bottle head or knucklehead or anything like that. Just wine that is in cans. All right, Rudy Pickler.
Pichler.
Looks like Pickler to me. What? Yeah. Would you say Pichler?
Peichler?
Peichler. Okay.
Sorry, Rudy.
Wachu. Hachu. Bless you.
Wakao.
Yeah, I'm not getting this down very well. Tell us about this one.
Sure.
What do you think?
So this was actually recommended to me by a rep that visited the market. It's something that I was sort of unfamiliar with. In Austria, there's a classification system for white wines and for Grüner that sort of similar to how it works in Germany is sort of based off of potential alcohol, sugar in the grapes at harvest, and really more in Austria it has to do with the finished alcohol level. So there's 2 different kinds. There's 3 different levels. There's 2 different kinds that are sort of known to be a little higher end, and this is the second level. It's called a Federspiel. You probably, if you've had Grüner before, you've probably had something like this. The 1 liter, big dog, inexpensive, kind of not a lesser wine, but just not nearly as crafted and to be appreciated as like a Federspiel.
This has it like dances on your tongue a little bit. It's got a little zest to it that I really like.
Yeah, so you'll find a lot of Grüner from Austria has almost a slight spritz to it, especially in the 1 liter bottle category.
Okay.
Which makes it fun, and it's really just a higher acid style wine, which is where its food-friendly capabilities come from.
What's
Am I
that, Mr.
supposed to-
Banana? Oh, you didn't say anything. Okay. What's that, Jessa? Sorry.
Am I supposed to be dumping this, or can I just go
You
ahead and drink
you
it?
can drink it.
Great.
Yes, go ahead. It is end of the day.
It's 5
for
o'clock
everyone.
in St. Louis.
It's after 12 someplace.
There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Ding, cheers. Oh, by the way, we are drinking this wonderful wine today out of our Jackson Hole Wine Collection wine glasses. We have recently launched the Jackson Hole Wine Collection Wine Club, and our next release is November 14th, and
It'll be
so
our third release.
third release.
Yeah.
Ooh, lucky number 3. So if you want some information about the wine club, please go to the JacksonHoleWineClub.com Facebook page, website, all aspects of social media. Kevin, thank you for explaining these and picking these out today.
Absolutely.
And Jessa, thank you for finding descriptives such as dancing on the tongue.
Oh, I thought you were going to say thanks for drinking it.
Oh yeah, thank you for drinking the wine too. Yes.
Anytime, Stefan.
Uh,
Anytime.
so my guess is the official pronunciation in German would be Weimar.
That is a good one. That one I'm not 100% on.
I don't think they normally pronounce the W. All you folks there,
Wimmer.
Wimmer. Thank
Wimmer.
you. Thank you, Filmmaster Tana. Thank you. Jay out of Virginia.
Yeah.
So we got the 1 liter, 13.5% alcohol. We started at 13.1, went to
12.5.
12.5, and now we're at 13.1. Very basic looking label, but this is what I'm used to seeing here in the U.S. is this 1 liter bottle. Have you had a nice little sniffle here of this wine?
I have not.
You're not. What are you waiting on? Come on, get with the
I was
program.
listening to the description. Also, I was wondering. So these bottles clearly have a very different shape. This is a 1 liter. What's the story behind the different shape?
That's
Like a
good-
Riesling bottle.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of the bottle shapes that you see sort of kind of originated from whatever the local glassblower made the shape of the bottles. I don't think there's any particular advantage to one or the other. Minus the 1 liter. The advantage there is an extra 250 milliliters of wine, which is great.
And higher alcohol.
Great for parties.
We like bonuses.
Yes, we do. So you're getting a lot more wine here, and they're very inexpensive. I think we're at $14.99 on the shelf at TLS for this guy. And this is a product that I got to try at a tasting on the Oregon trip, actually, from a guy named Fran Casella, who's out of Virginia. He has an import company, and really, really liked this. I thought it was a great value, and just been a great summer party wine for us at the store.
This is incredible. I
Yeah.
really like it. It's nice and dry.
What I've liked is, even though these are all the same varietal, and granted, this is produced in Oregon, grown and produced in Oregon. These are in Austria. You can tell a striking difference between all 3 of these wines. So if you haven't had the opportunity to experience something like this, treat yourself, because it's well worth it, and you will really truly understand what terroir means and how these different wineries and winemakers are able to produce something so magnificent but different out of each bottle. So go for it.
I think that's a great point. And what he means by that is to buy all 3 next weekend and have them at a barbecue.
Buy 1, buy 2, buy 3, buy them all.
Let us know what your favorite is.
What is your favorite? Do you need to taste again?
Yes.
Yes. That particular one or all of them?
All 3.
All 3. Okay. Did you
First
have,
impressions are important, but the final impression is...
I think I know what my favorite is. I just want to be sure.
Okay.
You know, I like to be really sure of
Yeah.
things.
So you better speed test, because this is live, and those folks
Do you
probably
think this
want
one
to go eat
is
some
grown in
Chick-fil-A.
a warmer climate? The Oregon one?
No, not necessarily. I mean, Austria is definitely not a super warm climate growing region, especially the Wachau, where that wine comes from. Ribbon Ridge is, in the Willamette Valley in Oregon. It's not a warm climate area at all. They're pretty similar growing regions. That's why they grow Grüner there. But yeah, I couldn't, without having stepped foot in Austria, it's in the works. I couldn't tell you 100%. yes or no that this is actually a warmer climate.
We have that on the long-term plan.
Exactly.
Going to
Maybe
Austria.
Next year. Maybe next year.
Just gonna wash it down a little bit.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, we're breaking down walls today. Fight the power.
Modelo. Ooh, the
I tell you,
tamarind variant here. Very
Yeah.
important to get that. This is the tamarind variant chelada.
got a little spice on the back of the throat there.
Nice.
So going back to the wines, Jessica, tell us what is your favorite today.
The Rudy is my favorite. Grüner Veltliner.
Go Rudy.
Federspiel.
Rudy's always the winner.
It's
Federspiel.
Yeah.
by far my favorite. I like how dry it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like the little dance on the tongue. It's got a little effervescence that I like.
Dance.
But this one's got a nice minerality and dryness, but this one's a little bit more complex and hangs out a little bit longer.
Okay. Kevin.
I'm a Chehalem guy through and through. You know, I respect and understand the differences of the Austrian wines, but I think this is such an amazing product, and we're really lucky to be able to carry it. And we're probably one of the few people in Wyoming that has this wine. So
That's cool. I like that.
You're welcome, John.
Go Wyoming. Go to the liquor store. I think without food, Chehalem would be my first choice. With food, the Rudy would win. I can certainly tell how the minerality of that one sparks a little bit more.
Sure.
That it would blend really well with maybe some lemon fish or something along those lines. Maybe get some trout out of the lake with some dynamite and put a little lemon butter on there, some capers.
That was my first thought was fish.
Yum.
Trout.
Fish.
Yeah, that's very drinkable.
Can somebody make fishing legal with dynamite? When you can do that, I will be an avid fisherman. Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you, Kevin, for picking these out.
Yeah,
Jessica,
of course.
thank you for being here to taste with us as well.
Thank you,
Anytime.
Stefan. Yeah, for
Anytime.
sure.
Awesome feedback.
It was
So
fun.
remember, you can pick these up at the liquor store of Jackson Hole. Albertsons is right next to us. The liquor store of jacksonhole.com. You can find us on Facebook as well, TLS of JH. Come and join us for our wine club release in November. Go to the Jackson Hole wineclub.com to find out some information. And coming soon is a podcast near you about Jackson Hole, the jacksonholeconnection.com. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night. And remember, if you drink a lot of wine, you'll have a good night.